Okay, so this next part is just kind of like the same, like a walkthrough, just with my commentary over it. If you just wanted to see the finished product after it's all said and done, and click off. But if you are interested in hearing some things about making this, I guess stay. So something that, or the first thing you'll have when you come into the door is the empty Bonnie shell, which does have a light in it, but the batteries died when I tried to make this video, so that was a bit of a bummer. And then once you shut the door, you see these 4 pictures on the wall. First one I made last year, for my last Halloween one, just to add more drawings on the wall, so I thought I might as well do a little puppet one with like a little gift box above its head. Of course, we got one of the FNaF 3 posters, which is very hard to see in the green light. Here, I'll try to oh yeah, I also got a red light that's attached to my main fan to look like, or to turn on whenever I want it to look like there's a ventilation error going on, or just to make the area look easier to see through. So I guess I'll turn that on. Yeah, that helps a little bit. So it's like that little Chica one with all the pizzas in its hand and just kind of dancing. This one, there's like a story behind most of these drawings. But this one my little brother made for Give Gifts, Give Life episode 2, I think. And he gave the kid like this little McDonald's thing. And Freddy just kind of had this depressed look on him. And then this one's pretty interesting because my friend Jordanism, I guess I should call him since that's his YouTube channel, he made this all the way, this is one of our oldest kids' drawings. He made it all the way back when I made the second Five Nights at Freddy's in real life, that was also called Five Nights at Freddy's in real life, the one with the office in it. Not my very first video, but like he helped out a lot with both the prop making in that, well, like office props and stuff, and for editing with that video. Now I can edit videos on my own, and yeah. But yeah, he made this little puppet drawing that he did a pretty good job on. Like, he was always a better drawer than me, so yeah, it's one of the FNaF 2 drawings, which is kind of obvious, I guess. And of course we got wires hanging from the ceiling, which 2 of them are just kind of taped to the ceiling with like normal Scotch tape, and then this one the wires are actually hanging on like a little string back here. Not that one, but these ones, string that goes underneath my closet, and they kind of like fall around Springtrap. It's kind of hard to see from a focus camera from a far distance. But yeah, this is the Springtrap costume, I guess it is now. It's not done. I ran out of fabric since I made both plush trap in its torso and right arm. It doesn't have insides, which I guess I can probably do soon. And then if you notice, it's got a little string here, which is where I would normally store the puppet, but he's kind of at the center, to kind of give Springtrap more room to himself. But a cool thing about this little string that kind of blends in with the wires attached to his hand is that this was something designed for the puppet, but it works on good old Springy too. There's a remote control, for those of you who don't know already. I have an extras channel where I uploaded me doing like little tests with the puppet, trying to see if it will work. And so I have this little remote control, and it basically controls that string. I think I would need a pulley system or something, because so far it has a hard time getting the string back up. Like, I'll try my hardest and it won't, but it'll go down more, which is pretty interesting. I think that Springtrap mask is the best mask I've made so far. But then of course we got Phantom Puppet. That mask that's on it is way older than the original mask that's on it, because I went through a bunch of different, like, puppet masks over the years, like, even before I made the life-size puppet. The first one, being the Five Nights at Freddy's, or it was a FNaF 2 puppet that was just really small, like, since I didn't really print things out that well. It was just a printout of the puppet, just like the normal masks are, but it was really small. I don't have it anymore. I gave it to one of my friends, I can't remember which one, but I hollowed it out and just kind of gave it away as like a little prop to hang on the wall. The next one actually I think is in here, because there was one I remember printing out just so I could like burn parts of it to use as a prop for later, which I used for like this weird skit that didn't really have much context to it, for Five Nights at Freddy's 3. It's somewhere in here, I know it. But basically what I did with that puppet prop, or that puppet mask, was... Oh, it's underneath Toy Freddy, who's all the way in the back, like he is in game. Here it is. I put blood drops on it just to make use of it and do something useful. If I compare it to the current puppet mask, you'll see that it... Sound just went all wiggy. It's a lot smaller, because this was just me stretching this across a Microsoft Word document. That was me printing out the mask in halves, and each half is like identical to the other one, which is why like it looks like the light source is hitting them directly on the face instead of on one side like in this picture. But I'll go ahead and put this back. Of course, we got a bunch of other pictures. We got the Five Nights at Freddy's 3, Five Nights at 3, Freddy poster, and then we got this Chica and Bonnie poster, and this Foxy one I'm pretty sure as well. Were all made for the same one that puppet drawing I showed earlier was was used for the Five Nights at Freddy's in real life. The second one I made, the first quote-unquote good one. But yeah, this is my Foxy mask in its current state. Its eyebrows have gone missing. I just noticed that. One of them went missing during filming of Give Gifts, Give Life episode 5, during like the weird head shaking scene where I like positioned the head in different poses and like took a picture and basically had like a little quick little stop motion thing that occurred for like less than a second, but it took forever to take pictures of. But one of the eyebrows fell off there, and it had at least one that was like somewhere on the ground that I just can't find now. Also, there's a present on the ground and a little Spring Bonnie drawing. A lot of the stuff that I used to print out for props and stuff were just random pictures I'd find on Google Images, so whoever made this Spring Bonnie edit, sorry for stealing your stuff. I didn't really know any better back then. It's a good edit though. And of course, we got this thing, which I bought last year. It was 14 bucks at Walmart, and it just looked amazing. Like, you'd flip it on, it'd start like going nuts, and I don't know why, but it caught my eye last year mainly because of the FNaF Spirit Parts Room setup that I had then. That kind of looked cool. And then we got this party decoration. Probably bought it at the dollar store back in 2015, not gonna lie. Then we got a balloon, green balloon, a dead Foxy child drawing, and I made that drawing just a couple of days ago, like the Monday before filming this. Yeah, that sounds right. And I had a little Five Nights at Freddy's 3 reference up, and this is the one you find in the same room as the Foxy thing, or Foxy head that will sometimes turn golden. And then we got this one that I kind of made and never used until Give Gifts, Give Life episode 5, even though I made it like way back during like in between Give Gifts, Give Life episode 2, or 1 and 2. I just kind of, I don't know what I was doing in between then, because I just kind of was stalling for time, not doing anything there, and not much. And then there's the Chica mask missing its bottom jaw, instead it's got like this little endo jaw that I made out of 2 sheets of origami paper. Then there's a little BB cutout on this old Windows XP monitor. Well, I'm not sure if the monitor is from that time, but we use it for our Windows XP computer. Well, it's not hooked up to the internet anymore, but... And then this is a cool little prop that I don't think I've ever talked about in any of my videos. So it's a little interchangeable newspaper article where it's got printouts of the printouts of newspapers from the first 3 games. Not all of them, of course. It's missing like one of the FNaF 2 ones, but it's right now it's on the coming soon Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction. If we flip it over, it's the it burns kind of headline, and then there is another sub-layer that can be taken out and put over it. Help Wanted, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and then we got FNaF 2 Help Wanted, which is a really... It's one of my favorite props. Like it's one of the most charming props I've made, just because of like all the uses it now has, and just how, like, I don't know, I just kind of like the fact that it's interchangeable. But yeah, right now it's Fazbear's Fright. Then we got my background, which is currently the audio devices thing, if my camera will focus. There we go. And it says it has a ventilation area. Sorry, I was stuttering a bit. And we got, since we have Balloon Boy and Phantom Puppet in the room. Now, of course, we got right behind Chica. You could barely even see it, but there's like a little Chica crying child thing with like the bib. I made that in like 2 seconds, and the head just looks funny because it's like all lopsided. And then the FNaF 1 Celebrate poster, which I printed out. All of these except the drawings are printouts. The drawings I did by hand, or had my friends or little brother do by hand. But yeah, my friends used to help me out a lot with these videos. And then next we have the Chica and Bonnie FNaF 3 poster, and just kind of like the other half to this puppet head, just kind of stuck on the wall, and an American flag just there, because that's where I normally have one for no real reason in particular. I just never threw it away or anything. And then we got like this weird Bonnie drawing that I think was meant to replicate the one from FNaF 1, but it did a horrible job at it. And then we got a purple guy thing that's all crinkled up that I made like 2015. This one was made for Give Gifts Give Life episode 5, where it kind of first showed the debut of both the life set, or of the what I like to call Puppet Before. It's just kind of the puppet before FNaF 2, which is where it gets his name, and he's got like this weird... This was going for like some weird symbolic thing. But yeah, a lot of these drawings you don't really get a good look at in normal videos. And then right here we have a Fredbear poster that I don't think I ever used for anything. And then we got the FNaF 3 paper plate doll, which I made 2 summers ago, I want to say. And little Golden Freddy plushie. And this little thing, it used to be a Pirates of the Caribbean alarm clock, but reason why I decked it out as Bonnie, I have no idea. It sings like those songs you hear on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, so in all reality Foxy would have been a better thing for it, but I chose Bonnie for whatever reason.
I always had one question.
Yeah? Sorry about that, but my little brother, I guess, had a thing to tell me. You'll never get to know what his question was. But as a moving jaw, I don't know if I showed this off in like the video I made last year that was like months off, but oh yeah, also behind this is just a corkboard with a bunch of little doodles I made. This is actually a Halo poster that I flipped around, because 1, it conceals the Halo poster, and 2, it conceals the corkboard, and it's a pain in the butt to take the corkboard down and put it back up. So I'd rather not deal with that. And then here we got a green lamp that I was allowed, bumping into Phantom Puppet, that I used and replaced with a green light bulb. which I'm pretty sure was from Christmas. I didn't even know we had these green and red light bulbs, but apparently we did, and we got like a little Spring Bonnie poster. I took down a lot of Fredbear and Friends pictures, but because I didn't think they fit the FNaF mood, but I guess I kept some up. Or the FNaF 3 mood is what I should say. Again, some accidental stolen artwork right there when I once looked up the FNaF 2 posters. Again, I don't know who drew this. It just came up on Google Images and I printed it out, so kudos to whoever made that, though. That actually is pretty good. And then we got Crying Freddy thing, which I think would have made more sense to put over here with Freddy and Paper Plate Freddy. And then we got the toy box. As you guys saw me make, I put Toy Freddy in the very back since you can never really actually see him in the thing. Sadly, this little blue arm, you can't really tell it's blue because of the green light, didn't hold up, so it's just kind of slumped over. We got an old... I never used these for any actual video, now that I think about it. I made these back in, like... It was either late 2015 or early 2016. It had to have been early 2016, because it was around the time of FNaF World, I think. Yeah, and I basically just kind of made these ones, and I was originally going to make a Mangle head that was in the same style, but I couldn't find a head-on shot of Mangle, so I just kind of went with whatever else I could do, and I guess it just kind of turned into making a full-on mask of it, which I greatly prefer. When I first made this mask, it didn't have any of the pink parts, and it didn't have red lips or anything like that, so it always looked kind of odd, and its ears were just plain white, so it didn't look that good. But sometime early this year, I went on like a little dating spree on all my masks, giving them bigger eyes, trying to round out their head by cutting off the corners and folding the cardboard over. And with this one, I did a little paint touch-ups, where I just kind of... areas that were originally done by Crayon were like repainted over, and the nose was originally Sharpie, and I painted over that with black paint, and then gave it red lips and pink rings around the eyes. But and then I also just kind of got bored and put mini Renas in here. There's 2 of them. I never used those for a video, have I? They're kind of cool, I guess. There's an arm of Bonbon in there, or one of Bonbon's arms are in there, but it's deep in here. Yeah, there it is. It's like a weird 2D arm that I did. I want to make 3D ones soon sometime, since I want to improve all my masks, since most of them aren't that good. I'm looking at you. Good old SpongeBob Spring Bonnie. But anyway, next we got the empty Freddy shell that can be seen outside of the office, and of course we got Golden Freddy, the creepy little Easter egg of Spring Bonnie. And then the first of those little Crying Child things I made, which was the Crying Child puppet underneath the puppet mask, which does light up, but I think the batteries are running low. Either that or the wiring is really going bad, because it's very loosely done. As you could see, I gutted one of those lights. What are they? Finger lights, those cheap little finger lights you can get, and I connected it to 2 white bulbs that were white tiny little LED lights that were situated in the eyes, and I just kind of ran some new wires through there and hooked it up to the little light to make the eyes light up. And then we got a Foxy plush up there with a good old Golden Freddy head. I might turn that into a full-size Golden Freddy later. I mean, I have the stuff to do it. It wouldn't be that hard. And then right here, we got an endoskeleton head that has a bunch of wires hanging out from it. We got this Shadow Bonnie. What is it? Figurine, which is just like the Splinks model, I think it was. Yeah. Splinks model of normal Bonnie. that I 3D printed in like a school project and painted. Same thing with this one over here, except this one I made some other edits to. I hand painted this one, while that one I spray painted, but it's a little Freddy that's missing its ear, and you can barely tell because of the lighting, but I kind of did that. I also jointed the top part of his head, but not the bottom part, so it just kind of looks weird, and his hips can swivel too. I could take those parts apart as well, so that's kind of cool. A Fazbear's Fright head with more stolen art, like unintentionally stolen artwork that I took from Google Images. I only got some cheap cobwebs that I bought November last year because they were on clearance for like 10 cents for like 5 to 10 feet. It was pretty interesting. And then we got Chica's bottom jaw. A bunch of Sharpies that have nothing to do with this prop setup. We have some old holes in the wall from where we had old shelves and stuff that we took down and replaced with these ones. Way back when my little brother used to sleep in the same room as me, but I just kind of put wires there, and of course we got a little drawing from Give Gifts, Give Life episode 2. If it'll focus, camera doesn't want to focus on like ugly kid face. Focus! Focus! It's not focusing. There we go. And then, of course, we got something that accidentally lined up, because I still had my calendar on September when I started making this, because I'm incompetent at flipping paper. We have, again, if the camera will focus, Springtrap on the calendar, the Five Nights at Freddy's calendar for October, which was perfect for what I was planning. And of course we got this cool little render of him, where he's like looking head on at the camera with his mouth open and the corpse hanging out. If it will focus that close enough, you can't really see anything. We got another Give Gifts, Give Life episode 2 thing. Then we got a little drawing of Five Nights at I don't even remember I think this is from Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I don't remember when I made it, since it blends in with a bunch of the other drawings. Then we got some more unintentionally stolen artwork for Fredbear's Family Diner that I'm surprised I haven't taken down. And then we got another FNaF 3 Bonnie and Freddy poster. Good old Bonnie over there. Creepy picture of Bonnie I made last year for last year's Halloween setup, which I will put a link in the description. I set everything up Halloween, but never... I uploaded the video into September, or not September, December, so that was nice. Some more stolen edits. Again, I found these on Google Images, don't sue me. Something I made for Give Gifts, Give Life episode 5. Despite it being a FNaF 2 drawing. Another stolen Fredbear, and can't really see it, but there's a drawing of Puppet before there. And we're back to where we started. Also, one last thing I want to mention. On my extras channel, I uploaded a little clip of me doing a voice for Springtrap to use for this. It was more based on the mic trap side of theories. Like, for those of you who don't know, and I'm pretty sure all of you know what mic trap is, it's basically the idea that the person whose corpse is inside of William, or not William, inside of Springtrap is not William, but instead Michael. Which is why instead of talking about killing people, I have it talking about trying to get out. So I'll put a link to that too. My voice was heavily edited in that, so sorry if it's kind of false advertising, but yeah, this is all I wanted to show you, and honestly, I don't think this was too bad. I may add more later on, and I might make update videos, but for as far as I'm concerned, I'm done here. Also, I got some nice little ambience going from this little chair with speakers in it. Anyways, thank you everybody so much for watching, and if you like the kind of props and stuff I make, please consider subscribing, since it doesn't really do anything, but you'll see whenever I make a new thing, so that's kind of cool. And I'll see you guys probably next week. I mean, I haven't really been good at keeping a upload schedule on time. Bye!